majority has taken turns to run this country, and we need to unite the majority. There are so many of us here, just for the fact that you appear on TV, in a music video, or in a studio, or you do music, or you play football, it limits your ability to be part of decision making in this country. There are people in this country who make all the noise, who are seen as statesmen, who don't have the qualification that most of you have. Most of you are university graduates, some of you have master's degrees, but you cannot be selected for even an assemblyman just because you appeared on TV. And it's very serious, it's very bad, and we must change it. The president today wants to raise money to build a cathedral. There are people here who have 1 million followers, 2 million followers on Instagram. If everybody gives you 1 CD, it's 1 million. If everybody gives you $1, it's $1 million. So we have the power. Politics is about numbers. We don't only have numbers, but we have the voice. However, our industry is not going well. The money that has been spent on the Black Stars for the past 30-something years, they have not even won a gas cylinder. The Black Stars have not been able to win even a gas cylinder. The money that has been spent on the Black Stars, if that money was put into the entertainment industry, I am sure Beyonce will have a house in Trasaco by now. They went to Egypt and played 3 games. They won 1. It cost us $4.5 million. And you guys in the industry don't even have policies. You know why? Because the politicians use you for elections. They see you as election winning tools. When you come on campaigns to perform, they smile and greet and take photos with you. But when they are thinking about people to run this country, they don't see you. They see you as band boys. You don't qualify to be part of it. Everybody here must start thinking differently. The People's Project is not a political party. We are not forming a political party. Because, let me tell you this, if we form a political party and win elections today, we can't run this country. We are not prepared. Let's be honest. We are not prepared to run this country. But we can be part of changing this country. I have a friend, he doesn't know how to play football, but he keeps saying, so we can sit back and say, where you put Asamoah Gyan is wrong, because Asamoah Gyan can't be a defender. But we can't be Kwesi Appiah. That does not mean we don't know that Asamoah Gyan can't be a defender. So what we are saying as TPP is that we want to change this country. But if all of us here today go and tell the president that, Your Excellency, we want to change the constitution because the constitution you have today is a constitution that only arrests we smokers. One row we smokers. Even if you are smart and you can sell a shipload of weed, you have your way because it's plenty money. But one row we smoker, you go to jail. 10 Ghana cedis thief, you go to jail. This constitution does not arrest people who steal plenty money. It arrests people who don't steal plenty. So we want to change it. If all of us go and tell the president or the government that we want to change it, they will laugh at us. They see us as some funny guys. Now let me tell you the trick. NDC and MPP might think that they can run this country forever. However, we can always sit back and control them. And I'm going to say something that NDC and MPP, they don't want to hear. Nana Addo is going for a second term. John Mahama wants another term. Nana Addo is going for a second term and John Mahama wants another term. John Mahama can be president for just 1 term. And Nana Addo can be president if he wins in 2020 for just 1 term. Even today, as Nana Addo is the president, his people are misbehaving. Now, when they realize that he's going to be president for 1 term and he's not going to come back, and they are also looking for their own interest of being president, by 2022, they will start. Some people think that, oh, they're going to lose. Let's find our money. Or maybe we can lose. Let's find our money and go. John Mohammed's people know that we are also going to come one term, and when we after one term we can't come again. Let's find our money and go. And so the people of this country, if not for any year, for 2020 till 2024, must take control of running this country. If not, NDC NPP, all of them have one term to run this country from 2020 to 2024, and they will collapse it. And so we have to come together. You cannot remove them from power, I'm telling you. It's very difficult. But no party in this country can win an election if anybody is able to take 1 million votes from them. That is why we need to come together. We don't want to misbehave. We don't want to fight. We don't want to destroy anything. But we want to come together as a bloc and make demands. We have to make serious demands that will change this industry that we are in. We have to be able to come together and change the future of the people of Ghanaians, including people who are not even born. When Kwame Nkrumah was building Akosombo Dam, he built Akosombo Dam and thought of people who will be born 50 years to come. And that is what we are enjoying. And you have a divine obligation to think about people who will be born in the next 50 years. You cannot sit down and say you don't care. We at TPP, we have built so many boreholes for communities in Accra, 10 of them for free. We are giving emergency health care to people with hole in hearts. We are raising money for people who need health care. We raise money for Jagapi. When we are doing what we can do, but we have to put pressure on government to do the rest. Why are we not powerful? Why are we not powerful? Why don't we have power? This NDC MPP go and come, 8 years go and come, will be there forever if we don't rise up and change things. So we are telling NDC and MPP that we are coming together as a bloc. We are going to make demands. Our demands are very simple. We need a 20-year development plan for this country. In Ghana, today, NDC starts this project, they lose an election, they go. MPP come, they abandon it, they start another one. The buildings that Achampong was building 40 years ago are still in the bush. And it is our money. NDC come to power today, they want to change the Ghana cedi. There is a cocoa tree there that they don't like. So they design a new one and put a mango tree. MPP comes to power, they want to take the mango tree and put an apple. NDC comes to power, they want secondary school to be 4 years. MPP comes to power, they want it to be 3 years. NDC comes to power, the place the president is called Golden Jubilee House, a Flagstaff House. MPP comes, it's called Golden Jubilee House. You change letterheads and you spend so much money. MPP comes to power, the founder of Ghana, there are founders for Ghana. It's Kwame Nkrumah and JB Danko and some people. NDC comes to power, it's only Kwame Nkrumah. When will Ghana move forward? And we can change this country. There was a time in the history of South Korea where women sold their hair to raise money to change the country. They didn't have celebrities like us. I have too many opportunities in this country. I meet people. This week, yesterday, I met big MPP people. I can take my own. I keep telling people that where my house is in London, when they are playing football in Wembley, I hear the whistle in my room. I can forget about all of this. I came from the village. I didn't believe that I would even get there. So like I'm content. But this country must change. Everything we do today must be about that child who is dying of malaria in the village. Let me tell you a story. My small sister was pregnant just about 3 months ago. And she had to, they said she had this condition where they had to take her to India. She was pregnant, she was about 7 months pregnant, and they had to take her to India to remove the baby and put the baby in what I don't know, all this medical stuff that they do. And it was an emergency. So I picked my phone, I called the passport office. I said, listen, I need a passport now. My sister must be in India tomorrow morning. I need a passport now. And because I'm A+, I get a passport in 30 minutes. I call the embassy and I say, I need a visa for my sister to go to India now, and I get a visa in 1 hour. And I fly my sister to India, and she's still alive. Do you know how many women have died of that same condition in this country? Who don't know anybody at the embassy to call? Who don't know anybody at the passport office to call? Do you know how many women have died? So anytime I get such an opportunity, the first thing that comes to me is, what about the rest? And it's a very serious issue. You have people in this country who want to expand a chamber, and we have to fly people from here to India to get health care. They have 200 million to spend on a chamber. As we sit here, our parents, some of our parents are teachers, some of them are doctors, some of them are policemen, some of them are in the military. All these guys retire once every 35 years, 30 years, 20 years, 40 years. They retire once. There are a group of people in this country who have come together and retire every 4 years, take huge ex gratia, and start the next morning, and everybody is quiet because you will die. Jesus Christ has died. Michael Jackson has died. Pope John Paul has died. You are scared to die. You will die. Whether you like it or not, one day you will die. Jesus Christ, somebody died. Is it Lazarus? My Bible is not good. Jesus Christ resurrected the man. And you think that somebody who can resurrect the dead died. And you are scared that if you do something, you might die. That aspect is a trick. When people come to me and say, hey, I say, look, don't come to me with that one. We must all come together and change this country. We are not going to form political party, but we are looking for many independent-minded people to put them in parliament. If we come together, if we are able to come together, if we are able to put 1 million people together and form a very strong bloc, we can take KSM and say, East Legon, we are putting KSM there as our MP. He is not NDC, he is not MPP. Because in parliament, when Nanado brings it, every MPP person says, yeah. They don't even read it. When Nanado brings it, every NDC person says, no. So you don't even understand how the country is being run. The same thing that NDC complained about is the same thing that they will do or worse when they come to power. So all of us, let's make history. They say this country will never change. It is not true. Singapore, there was a time where they used to carry human excreta. Rwanda is changing. We can change this country. We can and we must change this country. And we are fortunate to have the technology to change this country in a few years. We can read about ourselves before we die. Kwame Nkrumah Dems were not fortunate. They died before people started reading about them. If we work hard, we will read about ourselves. We must be able to put all these influential people in parliament. We must be able to make everybody here part of decision making. Coffee Radio. All of us. We must be able to end the era where people die because there is no oxygen in a hospital. It doesn't make sense. We must end that era where people have jobs and don't have voices. When you meet people, say, Kwame Plus, say, Amano, contract, of course, you cannot take my job because I'm criticizing your government. We must have jobs and have a voice. Because one person cannot chop and sit down and watch the country collapse. Whether you have a job or you don't have a job, you must have a voice. It is very, very important. Everybody must have a voice, must be able to express themselves. It is also very important that we end that era where people die because there are no hospital beds. We must end it. where people go to hospital and die because there are no beds. It doesn't make sense. Today in Ghana, 2019, people queue to use the toilet. Now, you have to beg somebody that it's not, this is the gateway to Africa. That's what they say. So, we have put this project together. If we can bring together 1 million people, we can go to the politicians and say to them that we have 1 million people. We want a 20-year plan for this country. Ghana needs a plan because institutions do not work. America does not need a plan because every institution is working. When J.F. Kennedy went to NASA, he broadcast to the American people and said to them that by the end of this decade, we will put a man on the moon and return him safely back to Earth. Because NASA had its plan. In Ghana, institutions do not work. And so we need a blueprint for this country. When they wanted to build a chamber, it was influential people who went on social media and said, no, we will not accept it. And they stopped building the chamber. In China today, they took a bill to Hong Kong. They wanted to pass an extradition order where when you are a criminal, they will take you to mainland China to prosecute you. 1 million people got on the street and the Chinese people withdrew their extradition order. That is the power of 1 million people. If we can put 1 million people together, we here can decide who becomes what, because NDC and NPP have had the freedom to misbehave for too long and we must end it. If we don't end this, it doesn't make us patriotic citizens. You pay toll, but you do not have street lights on the motorway, on your roads. When you buy electricity, put it inside. The first thing that happens is that they deduct a certain amount from it because you are paying for street light levy, but you do not have street lights. For how long will we continue to live like this and allow the people to have their way? This country does not belong to anybody. This country is our inheritance. We inherited this country from the founding fathers of Ghana, who instructed us to fight the oppressors' rule with all our will and with all our might. In 2016, at the last NPP rally, I was a speaker. President Kufuor was there. His Excellency Nana Addo was there. Everybody was there. And I said on that platform that we are going to fight the oppressors' rule. And we must still fight it. Our 20-year development plan that we are demanding from the government includes human development. We are fighting sanitation. We want sanitation. The country is too dirty. It's very difficult to change people who are old. So we want a plan that includes human development that will change the mindset of children that are growing today. So that by the time they are in their 20s, in the next 20 years, we will have a generation of children who think on a certain level. We are looking for a plan for this country. If we are not able to do anything for Ghana, and we succeed in putting pressure on politicians to draft a 20-year plan, where we know that from now till to the next 20 years, Ghana should be on this level, we have lived our lives, we have achieved. The difference between the plan that we want and the one that they drafted, Vision 2020, is that we are looking for a plan that will be taken to Parliament and made law, which would take a certain majority to change. We are looking for a plan that will be taken to Parliament and made law. The only thing that NPP and NDC are afraid of is to lose an election. And if we can take advantage of the coming election, we can demand a 20-year plan and tell NDC and NPP that we are not fighting with you. We have 1 million votes. We have 1 million votes. We want to give the 1 million votes to one party. However, it comes with terms and conditions. Our terms and conditions are such that If you want our million votes, if you want TPP to give you 1 million votes, we are demanding that you meet us at the Independence Square, at the People's Rally, and sign a bond with the people that if we give you 1 million votes, in 2 years, you are going to develop a 20-year plan, take it to Parliament, and make it law. When we take the plan, we give one to Tunfo, we give one to Yana, we give one to Chief Imam, we give one to Gamanche, we give one to Queen Elizabeth, we give one to U.S. Department of State, to everybody, and tell them that for the first time in the history of this country, we have come into an agreement with our people that if we give them our votes, they are going to develop a plan for this country to end that era where every government designs new, I don't know if they are graphic designers, NDC, MPP. Every government designs a new CD note, print it so that they can steal some. We are ending that era. We are ending that era where today is holiday. You plan with your girlfriend. You are going somewhere. Tomorrow MPP comes to power. No, that day is not a holiday again. They have another holiday. Every day they have new holidays. We have to change it. We are looking for a new plan for this country where we will have a clear direction of where we are going. And we will tell them that if we give you our votes and you don't do it, this is what we are also going to do. If you agree, sign here. We will sign bonds with them. Because isn't it sad that way back in 1844, when the white man went to our forefathers and said to them that we want to protect you against the Ashantis, so give us your this and this and this on the beach. We want this land. We want here. We want to build our fort. We will protect you against the Ashantis. Our forefathers who had never gone to school said, let's sign a bond. And they signed a bond of 1844. Today, you sit in your house, somebody comes and campaign, and you just agree and shout, yeah, yeah. And you give them your vote, and they go. The only thing that Ghanaians have benefited from elections in this country is yay. When you win, you shout yay. It has ended there. Apart from MPP, when people shout yay, NDC, yay, it's done. Because the people who give you free SHS, their children don't go to free SHS. Their children are in GIS and everywhere. You cannot give me free SHS and take 5% of a 30 billion deal and tell me you have done me a favor. As for me, I understand what happens in politics very well. So I know. So if you are going to have an arrangement with me, give me something better. Yes, free SHS is good. NDC will come and say, they have done this. MPP say, we have done this. NDC, we have done this. MPP, we have done this. But the question is, what has Ghana benefited? If NDC and MPP always claim that they have done better than the other, what has Ghana? Is this Ghana better? For 62 years of independence, there are people in Greater Accra who don't have water. Your MP is sitting in $100,000 V8. Your MP is riding $100,000 V8. $120,000 V8. The boreholes that we build for communities cost only $10,000. And we lay pipes across the communities to take water to people's homes. So your MP is sitting in 10 boreholes and you are still voting for him when you do not have water. Your MP gets loans of $100,000 to buy V8. Your MP gets loans of $100,000 to buy a V8. They say it's a loan. Your mother teaches for 20 years, 25 years, cannot get a 5,000 Ghana cedis loan. The people must be angry. The people must rise up, but it has to be very responsible. And we are seeking your support. Let's do this. If I want something for myself, I don't need anybody. I will go and hide with one politician and say, look, I'm not talking again. Give me money. Yes. If I want something for myself, I don't need to call you and go through this. But I am very selfish. There's one thing I want. I want the kids that will be here in 20 years to read about me. And if you want them to read about you, come on board. It is better. Let's come together and build this country. I am not running for MP. I am not running for even assemblyman. What I want is a better Ghana for all of us, for our children, and for our children's children. If we come together, we will be the kingmakers of this country. NDC and NPP, they know that, look, acha 8 years, yabeba power. Oh, and 2020, yamba power crowd, 2024, yen yedi. And they use that phrase every time. Yen yedi. Now, like they're coming to chop, like yen yedi. So they don't really care about you. They come under the guise of, we are going to save Ghana. We want to save Ghana, but they will fight anybody who tries to open a savings account for this country. We must rise up against NDC and NPP. We must show them that we own this country. We must show them that this country is our inheritance. We own it. It is our property. You do not have to be afraid of any of these people. It is a trick. You do not have to be afraid. We are not fighting. What are we doing? We are putting many people together to give it out to somebody. I receive calls every day from big people in political parties. I say to them that, listen, bring us a plan. Our terms and conditions are very simple. Don't you want a plan for Ghana? We want a 20-year development plan for Ghana. We want a better plan for our industry. We want a better plan for, look, Shatta Wale and Beyonce recorded a song. It is better for us to bring Beyonce into this country and give her the 4.5 million we gave to Black Stars. And say, Beyonce, come with your people and come and shoot a video in Ghana, and all of you should tweet good things about Ghana. All of you should write good things about, post on Instagram, we are in Ghana. Just keep posting. But we don't have people who think on that lines. We have people who think about building a cathedral. I am not against the building of a cathedral because I believe that religion is good. If we have a church in every area and they are preaching morals and the kids are listening, they are going to grow up to be a certain crop, a certain generation of people, and it will reduce the budget that we spend on police, on courts, and on prisons. So religion is good so long as the people will listen. But we have to have the kind of leaders who want to build a cathedral somewhere in Amasaman so that that place will develop, somewhere in the Volta region, somewhere off the Cape Coast Road, so that that place will also develop. I met one big NPP man. I said, you see, you don't have wisdom. If you had wisdom, you won't expand a chamber. You will go to Tamale and build a whole new parliament house in Tamale. Let Tamale be the legislative capital of Ghana. When you go to South Africa, the legislative capital is in Cape Town. Bloemfontein is the judiciary. How do you call it? Pretoria is where the presidential, the seat of government is. If President Kufuor had built this Flagstaff House or Golden Jubilee House in another region, that region by now, 10 years or more on, will have been a developed part of this country, and traffic will have reduced in that area. But we want to push everything we have onto that rich area, or everything. Our people have refused to think, and it affects our very life. And so everybody here, we can do this without money from any politician. We can do it. Calibos has over 1 million followers. Nikki has plenty followers. Everybody has, if you put your followers together here and strike the average, we should be able to raise money easily. The things that we can do, what we at TPP can do are many. Yvonne Nelson and her Dumso Must Stop campaign, everybody saw what happened. One woman rose up and decided that Dumso must end in this country. And she's a big celebrity. She has millions of followers. And she said, we must end Dumso. She didn't stay in her room. She came out and said, let's go on a demonstration. Dumso must stop. And it played a very significant role in this country. And she's a celebrity. Because Dumso was affecting industry. It was affecting the economy of this country. It was affecting almost everything. And Yvonne Nelson demonstrated against Dumso, and so many things changed. All of us can do something. In 2020, we are ending the era of campaigns and replace it with the era of bonds. Everybody must demand development before they ever get out of their bed to go and vote for anybody. Everybody must demand development for this country. I was speaking with some people and they said that, oh, now, if you say that people who have money should come and promise and pay part of the money to start projects before we vote, then we will have people who have only money in parliament. I say, yes. There are 275 constituencies. I'm looking for 275 rich men to stand as MPs. Everybody, if you come and promise that you will build community water system, if it costs 100,000, put 40,000 down. Let's sign an agreement that when you win, you will add the other 60. We'll vote for you. By the end by the time we finish voting, every community will have water. If you promise to build a hospital, let's sign an agreement. You want to build a hospital? Let's sign an agreement. Put 40% of the money down. Let's start. Because MPP and NDC, MPs will come to your community, come and promise you heaven and earth. When they win, they tell you MP does not do development, but they promise development. These people have taken us for granted for so long, and everybody is quiet. Ghanaians are hungry for real change, and they are looking for some people who will start this change. We do not have to fight. We do not have to destroy anything. When I was in secondary school, I organized a demonstration because there was no light. I went to school in the village. There was no light in Bremen Sikuma Secondary School. I organized a demonstration. I took the whole school to town, to the Oman Hennes house, to the ECG, to the district chief executive's house. In 2 days, there was light on campus. We didn't destroy one louver blade. The DCE came to the school and said that this is the first time I have seen students demonstrating to bring something on campus and not destroying anything on campus. We can do that in this country. We do not have to destroy anything. We do not have to fight with anybody. But so long as there is democracy and we have rights, we have to take advantage of that and change this country called Ghana. If we are willing, there's one thing that is for sure. There's an opportunity for every willing heart. And if we are willing, there are so many opportunities that are going to come our way. Our industry must change. We must come together and demand a change in this entertainment industry. Enough of NDC and MPP. They know that when we come together, we will defeat them. And so they have selected some. There are NDC celebrities and there are MPP celebrities. But how has that made our industry better? We need to come together and demand in 2020. We must demand. Not long ago in London, I was talking to one big politician. I said, listen, what do you want from me? So I want you to talk to your people so that they support us. I said, no, my people are not supporting anybody. The entertainment industry will support anybody who wants to put physical cash down. We want to start acting movies. The actors and actresses are unemployed. They are home. They are not doing anything. If you want me to go and tell them to support you, I want you to put $20 million down. We are going to form a board. We are putting money down. We are going to start taking scripts. The cameramen must get money. Script writers. People must be employed in the entertainment industry. We are going to produce movies and documentaries about Ghana, sell it to Netflix, show it in all cinemas across the world, sell it to DSTV, and bring the money back to the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Arts. Let's share. Put money down. It's an investment. You waste money on Black Star. Give us money. Let's invest it in the industry. We bring the money back. You take 60%, we take 40%. Let the people be employed. Let's work. If you don't take this offer I'm giving you, I'm going to talk to John Mahama. We are tired of promise. Now it's about bonds. Let's sign agreements. Do you want to help the industry? If we come together, there is no political party in this country that will ignore us and win an election. If we come together, there is no party in this country that can ignore us and win an election. And this industry is big. We will employ so many people and we will have an impact on the country as a whole. So, please, let us start thinking about putting ourselves together. Let's start thinking about coming together. That is the most important thing. I was talking to Shatta the other day and I said, Shatta, Michael Jackson has died, though. SM for life and everything, one day to end. Whether you like it or not. After that, what happens? The things that Osibisa did. Osibisa, those who are old enough to know Osibisa. The things that Mami Dokuno achieved and Super Odi achieved without internet, they didn't have Facebook and to show themselves to the world, though. But the things Nanam Pedu them achieved, and today they are nowhere. Calibos, you go. Your time will pass. But after that, what next? So let's start thinking about tomorrow. There are people who were looking at the moon and decided to get on top of it, and they did. We can achieve anything. I want to see people from the creative arts industry as ministers. You have to be there. You can be there. The fact that you appear on TV does not make you stupid. It doesn't limit your ability to be part of decision making. The fact that you are on radio or radio as a radio presenter does not limit you in any way. That is discriminatory. You must be able to be there. And please, I need your support. If I get your support, if you people give me your support, that all of us are going to come together to demand better things for this country as a whole, we are going to read about ourselves before we die. All of us will read about ourselves in books. And what we are going to do will be replicated across the African continent, because it will be a new thing that has never happened anywhere. We are demanding development before we vote. We are demanding signed agreements with political parties that will change this country before we vote. I'm very grateful to have all of you here, very well-elected people. It's a privilege. Thank you so much for coming. God bless all of you. If anybody has any question that you want to ask, let's take questions and then.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sarapin.
All-around radio station.
Popularly known as A+. This is out of the box, but I'll just share it so we can giggle over it. Yes. We will be moving into the Q&A time. Those who have questions, I know a lot of people will ask a lot of questions. I'm just saying this to correct what is happening on social media. This was organized for celebrities to bring them up to speed with what TPP is doing and how we want them to come and support. Again, they're playing politics out there whilst we're here. People are being funny, sending text messages to the platform talking about how the ordinary man is not in here no more. Please, 1 second. This forum was organized to solicit the support of celebrities. That is all it is.
And you should also know that there are some people that I call them 20 Ghana screenshot taking food soldiers. What they do is that they come on social media, they comment and take a screenshot and get paid for 20 Ghana. That's their occupation. Don't worry about those people. We are not stopping. The political parties will send their people to go and say everything. We have heard everything. It won't change anything. We still must achieve what we hope to achieve. Thank you.
Okay, Q&A time, please. If you have a question, please just put up your hand. I'll bring you the microphone. That's going to be a lot of walking. So I send microphone there after I bring it back here. Calibos, this one I have to take Payola for it, or what do you think?
Thank you very much. My name is Nana Brew, and I think this is an interesting project, and it has my complete support. It's something I've yearned for so many years, and to see my brother A+ take this on, I think it's a good idea. I just wanted to know a bit more about the structure behind TPP. I've seen A+ being the leader. I've just met you being the communications director. Who else do you have in terms of structure? And is there a role for most of us to play in order to keep this structure strong, because I think it can't be just the two of you. A lot of us have to get strong, have to get there, to be on the ground, be in places, be around the world to rally the troops. So what's the structure like so we can help?
Okay, so like I said about Kwame Nkrumah and our founding fathers, they didn't have what we have. Fortunately, we have internet and social media. So as we speak today, we have 531 branches of the People's Project across the world. There are 531. There is not a single branch that has less than 100 people. In the US, we have registered the People's Project as a non-profit organization, fully registered. We are doing same in the UK. We are registering across the world. We have TPP in every region, in every area, and they have elected their executives. Now, we are coming to the main structure. What we did was that everybody form a TPP branch in your area, and most of the branches have been formed. We are going all the way to 4,000 branches. And that, if we have 4,000 branches of 250 people, we are hitting 1 million. So that is what we are doing. For now, we are going to have a general election of executives. TPP does not belong to anybody. You have been thinking about this for so long, just that you didn't begin it. I began it. I want to set up a structure, an institution where I can be sacked. We are thinking about changing this country, not anybody's personal interest. This movement belongs to the people. The people must own it. The people must come together to change this country. And so anybody who is interested in taking a certain, playing a certain role in ensuring that this movement is a very strong one, must be part. For now, we have some people, you know our country. We do not want to show them before, how you call it, the politicians go and attack them. Hama is number 16 for TPP. He's part of the beginning of this. Everybody has a number. The IT team is here. They will tell you about our TPP app that we are developing. Everybody has a unique number. We are counting down to 1 million people. We are looking for people to head this. Hama, myself, Dede is the first person. Dede, can I see you? Dede used to work with Fidelity Bank, and she's the first person that I discussed TPP with. Kwame Ochodakon is here. Kofi is here. We have a couple of people that we are running this with, but we are looking for you. You are the people with influence. You are the people that can make this really get down to everybody, and we want you to be part of this.
Next person, please.
Good evening. My name is Ola Michael, and I'm a filmmaker. Senior, 2 questions.
Great.
Okay, so I kind of enjoy everything you've said. It's a feeling that most of us have been harboring for a long time. But as we are looking at probably signing bond with people, can we also sign bond with you and your leaders so that we don't have a future where you change your mind and want to probably take a certain political position or want to change this whole thing into a political movement? That's number 1. Can we have that bond with you? Number 2, you said we're going to sign bonds. I'm saying we because now I'm feeling like I'm already part of it. Now, we're going to sign bond with political parties like NPP, NDC, and with our 1 million people being the bargaining chip. But if you sign with me, an NDC guy, promising me the 1 million people if I'm able to do A, B, C, D, and you sign with NPP guy, the same thing. I'm kind of confusing there.
Okay, I get you. So if you have a contract to give out to anybody, and there are 100 contractors who bid, you will definitely find somebody to give your contract to. So there is no way you are going to sign a bond with both, and we as TPP are going to come together and decide that, look, this year, looking at our country, Ghana, this is who we want to go with. It is not a decision that I make. Let me make this very clear. At TPP, we are looking for people who are independent-minded, not people that A+ can go and take money from politicians. All of you go here. Those people, we don't need them. We are looking for people who reason, people who are independent-minded, people who understand why they have to vote, not people who are conformists. We are not looking for, we don't need them. They say everybody is important. We need everybody. No, we don't need everybody. If we have 1 million votes, we run this country. So we are not, even if you don't sign a bond with me, we are not looking for people who can be remote controlled by me. We are looking for a TPP where when I go out, you people can run it. You understand what I'm saying? We are looking for a movement where without me, and our constitution is a 400-page document. We are going to give the constitution to everybody to accept it or to change certain parts of it before we launch the constitution. The constitution should tell everybody what I can do and what I cannot do. It should tell the members what they can do and what they cannot do. Our finances should be on our website. Everybody should see that we made so and so money this year, so and so went here, this is going here. It should be visible for everybody to see. It should be, look, and you said something. Let me tell you this, let me be very frank with you. Roman Catholic Church began as a prayer group. Yeah. But when they began as a prayer group, if they were misbehaving, it wouldn't have been where it is today. Same as Methodists. There is nobody in this country who can tell me that MPP and NDC, one day they woke up, then they woke up and they turned into MPP and NDC. Somebody thought of it and invited somebody. They were discussing before they form a certain movement or whatever, they turn into NDC and MPP. Whether we will become whatever in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, depends on what we do. If we live for the people, if we are honest, if we dig the ground and go and hide, the people will come and call us from under there and say, we want you people to run this country. Everything depends on us. For now, we remain a movement that is making developmental demands before we vote. What the members want TPP to become in the next 10 years should be a crop of people who are independent-minded and make that decision.
Are we okay with the answer?
Okay. My question is, my name is Nabil. I cannot trust 1 million people. The reason being that everybody has an inner interest for every political party. NDC, MPP. How do we convince this 1 million people that this is the person we are going to vote for? And how is this movement going to be like? Are we going to hold rallies? Are we going to have like this kind of forums and stuff to know that, okay, these are the number of people that we have? Thirdly, how are we going to monitor that these 1 million people are voting for this particular person?
I think that I have friends who call me and ask me that, I see plenty Ghana flags in town, what is happening? I said, Ghana is playing the World Cup. I say, Ghana is playing World Cup. They don't even know when Ghana is playing. There are too many people who don't care about NDC and MPP. Too many of them. Not everybody is NDC and MPP. It's not true. There are just too many people who don't even know. I can go around and ask people, on what day do we vote every 4 years? I can bet you there are so many people here who don't know what day in December we vote. Plenty. These are the people who hear about election, they sit back, they analyze things, and they say, no, this year we have to vote for this person. We are looking for those people. If anybody asks me, is Nabil NDC or MPP, I'll say he doesn't have a party. We are looking for people like you, people who are independent-minded. We want to put those people together. Those are the people who win the elections every year, and you don't know. The floating voters, when they decide to swing here, that is the win. So we want to unite them. There are many of them. Look, I can't respond to messages. I have over 30,000 messages that I have not responded to. There are just too many. And we should tell these people, why is anybody NDC or MPP? Because their mother or their father put them there. I told my mother that I'm very angry with you. Why are you Jehovah's Witness? Why are you Jehovah's Witness? one man called Charles Russell woke up and began Jehovah's Witness. And he preached to you and you listen and you became Jehovah's Witness. Up to now, you are in your 70s, you are still Jehovah. So you won't begin anything for the next generation to also follow. You are following the one that somebody began. You there, you won't analyze and start your own. So me too, I grew up. I follow science. Tonight, I'm going to London for a TPP forum on Saturday. When you get on the plane and it goes from here, that latitude, to end in Heathrow, I worship science. If you have headache, you take paracetamol to stop. There are so many people who think like that. Just too many. And if you talk about monitoring, it depends on us. Nabil, everything depends on us. What we do. If we are seen to be truthful, Ghanaians are looking for an alternative. I'm telling you this. If we don't come together and form this thing today, another group will do it, whether you like it or not. Ghanaians are hungry for a third force. They are looking for an alternative. And what we do as leaders is what will make the people follow us or not follow us. I have cult followers on Facebook. Cults. Like they don't care what you say. And I know you have yours. Caroline has hers. People who follow you. What we do is what will inform their decision to listen to what we say or not. We are going to hold rallies.
Hello?
We are going to hold rallies. His last question. In 2020, for instance, I have proposed the People's Rally at the Independence Square. Every election year, they go and hide some few people inside one room. They say they are going to do IEA debates. Then they will wear tie and go and sit down and they ask, so what do you think about the economy of the GDP of the, they will talk some one or two things. No, yeah, they have passed. We want to bring that rally to the Independence Square, the People's Rally. Let the ordinary people also have a say. Let them feel like they are going to. We want to bring NDC and MPP to the Independence Square and ask them why they have treated us like this for 62 years. We want to bring them to the Independence Square and ask them questions. Everybody must have the right to ask. We have to put them there. If we're able to push this election to a second round, the politicians, the way they will come and beg us. Second round, the election has gone to a second round. NDC and MPP, they want our support before they can win. If you have a party, you see the kind of people who will come. They will come and kneel down here. Look, if you are looking for a politician, put them under pressure during an election. When you say I'm a fool, the person will say I'm a stupid fool. They will add stupid. Politicians, they are scared of elections. So let's come together. We are not saying anything. We are going to organize rallies and bring them there and sign bonds with them at the rally. We want GTV, TV3, Metro TV, whatever TV, UTV to come there. We want to sign bonds with them at the rally. And this MPP, you have any promise, you signing agreement. You bet 1 million votes. Let's sign the agreement here. So we are going to have rallies. We have already had a TPP US forum. That was on the 10th. I left there to London for a meeting. Tonight, I'm going back to London. We are having Italy on 31st. We are going to have the Greater Accra TPP. We are going to have events throughout the year till we get to the election.
Yeah, plus.
Yeah, so if you watch this here, for instance, we have a TPP branch everywhere. We have 531 TPP branches. And when I sleep and wake up, these are the messages I have to deal with every day. Every day. And all of these groups that you are seeing, there is not a single one that has less than 100 people. All of these. So I wake up, I take the phone, I look at it like this. I'm sorry if I have not responded to your WhatsApp message, forgive me. You have to deal with all of this. We have TPP, USA, Awoshi, Belgium, Trasaco, Volta region, Ayawaso, Nima, France. There is a TPP branch everywhere. People are tired and are looking for a change. Let's do this.
Yeah, what Nabil de talk is really important. What he's saying is that how do we, I mean, it's a bargaining chip, all right, the 1 million people. How do we tell them? Do we order them to vote? And how do we tell the people we are dealing with that we have these 1 million people on lock and they are going to do as we say? So, I mean, I'm saying this because I think that until the people know that whether hook or crook, the 1 million people will vote our way. They'll call us they'll call our bluff.
Hama, like I said, I think that there are people who go to church every Sunday. Hama, there are people who go to church every Sunday. How did religion manage to do that? Because the pastor lived a certain life. There are so many people who want to be part of TPP. You cannot select people, you cannot line people and select them and say, I know you support us, you know. But what we do and what we say to the people would decide what they want to do. Look, the Freemason, you cannot enter. How did they do it? Hama, you have to start from somewhere. Maybe at this point, you can't get everybody supporting, or you can't, but we must start from somewhere. If we began TPP 20 years ago, today, we have been telling a different story. So let's start. We cannot. But what we have done is that when you download the TPP app and install it, once you sign up, it sends you a number. That is your unique TPP number. We are numbering 1 million people who are independent-minded and objective. We know we are going to get more than 1 million. If the people don't come for us to talk, we will take KSM and say, everybody go and vote for KSM. We are holding 1 million votes. And I said, in Ghana, if you take 1 million votes out of any election, it's going for a second round. Another one with 900 and something votes. They say, it was an overwhelming victory. If anybody had won 500,000, that election was going for a second round. So this thing is very simple. We need to explain to the people. You cannot look at their faces and say they are going to support us, but we need to educate them. We need to let them know the power that they have. We have to let them understand that these guys are taking them for a ride. We have to explain things to them, and we are fortunate we have internet and social media to do this. So let's start from somewhere.
Okay.
A+, congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's a great initiative. Somebody would sit back and say, well, here comes the People's Celebrity Party, PCP. But it's a great initiative. My little worry is us. How seriously do we even take ourselves, those of us who practice in this industry? From musicians to actors and actresses, to producers, photographers, logistics suppliers. How seriously do we take ourselves? How organized are we to even say we want to become, like Ola mentioned, sake of future, a third strong political force? Even logistics suppliers, is there an agency that monitors what you do? No. Is there anybody? If Nabil comes to mount his trusses here and it breaks and falls, it's a police case between he and me personally. There's no event logistics supplier agency that is going to hold Nabil accountable. Actors and actresses have been crying about royalties. I don't know how many of them have been earning their royalties as it should. Musicians, same, and all that. Point I'm trying to make is that we're speaking to an industry that is made up of people who themselves do not take themselves seriously enough. And I think probably if we started there, we would actually be getting somewhere. Because if we are going to speak to a politician and we're going to ask him to sign a bond, they say he that asks for equity must come with clean hands. If your house is not clean, how dare you come tell me to clean my own house? So I think, in as much as this is a great idea, we should start with work on ourselves. If our house is strong, if our house is organized, yes, if TPP makes my father KSM a top executive, and KSM says he's speaking to the Calibos and co, a certain body that holds comedians together, then it would be a stronger voice. Then we wouldn't have to worry about what Hama and Nabil have spoken about, because they know that this is a serious group of people. When they say it's got to be red, we are all going red, we are all going red. Not, and I say this without disrespect to anybody or without any malice, not a bunch of people who, let's be frank, are very hungry. Some of us are very hungry. Bloggers, I'm not saying I am hungry. By God's grace, I'm not. Some of us are very hungry. And this is a country where, don't kid yourself, somebody can become president by sharing t-shirts. So if we're going to do this, I think we should also find a way to help solve some of the problems of this industry. People are walking about holding the title celebrity, celebrity, celebrity. But when they get to the bus stop, they wait for the people to clear small before they jump into the last trotro because cash no day. So let us find a way to fix the problems with us first, because he that calls for equity or asks for equity must come with clean hands. So let's find a way to tighten our bolts, tighten our belt, sharpen our house, clean it, make it very tight, so that when we say, look, we're delivering 1 million votes, our voice would actually carry some weight. Yeah.
As for that question, there you people should answer. How was it? Because I'm coming, just a minute, sorry. We have Kofi Atta-Mills. He's the son of the former president, the late Professor Mills. May so rest in peace. He's here with us. He's one of the people that I discussed TPP with way back in London. And he has been with us ever since. And Nick is also here. He's Kofi's PA. They used to live at the castle, the two of them. Nick is also here. So just a minute. I think that what Abuaje said is very, very important.
The name is George Quay.
What George Quay said is very, very important. Let's do this and do it very well. Like I've said, I meet people. George, I meet people. If I want money for myself, we won't be here. Way back in 2007, in 2008, there are so many people here who are aware. Way back in 2008, Nanado called me and said, "Plus, come and take money and go and share it for all the musicians who campaigned for me." And I said, "Nana, call them and give them the money yourself." So there is not a single person in this room today, because I was thinking about 10 years. So there's not a single person in this room today who can say, Nanado gave A+ 5,000 to give me and he gave me 2,000. No. Everybody went to Nana and took the money themselves. And I'm very happy when they meet me and say, it makes me happy. In 2016, when we were campaigning for the MPP, there is not a single person in the MPP who can say, I gave Kwame A+ money. Not one. Let them come up and say they gave me money. I was rather spending money in their campaign. The day I met Nanado and Nana said, "Plus, Obeko Central Region Rallies, Nana Meko, do you need something?" I told him straight, "Nana, I'll take care of myself." And I'm very proud of it. And I can stand here and say it. You understand? So let us look at things in this direction. Like Abuaje said, Abuaje, you are trouble anymore. Like George said, let's come together and let's put a certain value on ourselves. The last article that I wrote on our website, I said that those who are calling for the youth to take over should not pretend as if the youth have never taken over. And that is exactly what George is saying. When Rawlings became president, he was 32. And he ran this country for 19 years. The youth were in power for 19 years. So you don't come back today and tell me that the youth must take over. And he ran this country with the youth, with all the Tutubi Kwachi, and they were all young guys. So before we even think of taking over this country, we have to take over our own attitudes first, before we think of taking over the whole country. So what George said is very true. All of us must come together. And I have said that anybody who will take this serious will consider our attitudes and our organization first.
Okay, so before Mr. Mills comes, I unfortunately have the mic, and my name is Nikki, and it's a very simple question. Kwame, what's next after here? What's next for TPP? That's one. And then number two, if I want to be a member, I mean, you've called me here to be part of this. Now, I want to be part of TPP. Oh. I'm speaking for the people. Right, so if I want to be part of this, what do I do?
Okay, so what is next is that we are going to have the media launch. This is for us. We are looking for people who have influence to bring the numbers. Next, we are going to have the media launch, and then we are going to have the Greater Accra TPP launch. So that should answer what is next. If you want to be a member, we have our app here, if you can display it on the screen. we have our TPP app. We are building an app. This app that you see here was built by, what are the guys? Very young guys from average age 22. Yes, come, please. Come and let them see you. These guys are great guys. They wanted to, yes, bring your laptop. Do you want to bring the laptop here? They wanted to bring other guys. So we have this guy from here. He's from South Africa. I said, no, I want Ghanaians only to build this thing. And these young guys here, very young guys, they developed our app. I think you can do better. And what you have here is that you have a bio up there. So like this Alvin is this is Alvin's profile on the TPP app. So he has a small bio, he has a profile picture. You can edit bio here. Nearby is, when you click on nearby, it tells you everybody who has downloaded or any TPP member around you. We have, what's next? Okay, so this nearby, you see TPP members around in your area. Next is, so I'm coming back to how you register, yes. Next, when you come here, you see TPP1 up there. It means that that is your unique TPP member. So you can have your TPP shirt with the one at the back, means that you are TPP number 1. And then, what's next? Okay, and then you have the news. It takes you to our website where you can read everything that is happening in Ghana. We have the gallery. All the pictures that we are taking from here will be posted in the gallery. You have the chat room, and that's the most interesting one. You can make video calls. You can make audio calls. You can send documents. You can form groups. You can do everything in that chat room. So this is the chat room. These are your contacts, people that you are chatting with. You see, you can also, like this is Duncan's chat. Don't open the place he was chatting with his girl. You know, so you see status there. Just like WhatsApp, you can update, you can post anything on your status, just like WhatsApp. The difference between ours and WhatsApp is that when you come here, we are creating in such a way that you can like people's status and you can comment on it. So we are putting Instagram and WhatsApp status all together in one app. So like he's typing his status here, you can just type, hey TPP, and then send. And then when you come to your status, you see that that is the latest status. And then donate is there. That's where, yes, like you want to donate to TPP. That's where you do your donations. We have the store there where you can buy and sell. And what we want to do with TPP is that we want everybody to be rich. We want people to make money. If you have a product that you want to sell, we have 1 million people on this platform. It is easy to sell to 1 million, even if it is bread. And you have 1 million people here, you can sell bread to 1 million. I'm not talking about you. You can sell bread to 1 million people. If you have many people on this platform, any business that you do, whether it's pure water, whatever you want to sell, you can buy and sell. We're creating that like an Amazon or Tonaton or any other thing. So this is the app. Now, when you download, it will take your information and then you register as a TPP member. When you are registering, it will ask you for your region. When you say you are in Greater Accra region, by the time you are done, yes, so this is where you sign up. That is how you register. So this is the form that you have to fill. So you fill this form, you register, and then you get a unique TPP number. And then wherever you say you are, if you say you are in London, it will add you to the TPP London group.
Coffee Radio.
We don't want to burden you with many questions. So we will ask few questions for now. Then in about a week or two, we will ask you, there will be an update that will ask you to add your area or your town. So if you are in Greater Accra, you add Medina. So that is your town. And then eventually we will ask for your area. You can say Royco Flat or something. Is that identity? Yes. So that we can get small groups of TPP members. So that the day we say, let's go, we have 1 million people going. Yes. So this is how you register to be a member of TPP. I'm sure that if Kwame Nkrumah had something like this, he would have registered the whole Africa and defeated Europe. Sorry.
Oh, Kwame, thank you very much. I just wanted to just touch on what I think his name is George Koi said. I think it's time that we start being true to ourselves as Ghanaians and as young people. Ghana belongs to us, you know, and I don't know what Kwame has said so far, but, you know, NDC, NPP, since, and from what I know, since 1992, you know, when the PNDC transformed into NDC, they've been back and forth, NDC, NPP, NDC, NPP. This is about 27 years. Now, if you look at your lives, 27 years, in a span of 27 years, what can you actually look at your life and say, I have done? Ghana is 62 years old. At the age of 62, I should be able to sit my grandchildren down and talk to them about what I've achieved in life. We live in a country where we have nothing to show for, and I feel like it is continuously affecting us, the young people, because we're not taking ourselves serious and we're not taking the initiative to move ourselves forward. Now, I mean, I'm very sure that we are in a place where I can comfortably say that some of us have actually been to school and we've been educated to a certain level for us to want better for ourselves. So I think that as we talk about this TPP thing and what TPP does and whatnot, I think that we as individuals should look within ourselves and want to have better for us. So we want to be able to have equal opportunity as the average Ghanaians. We're not trying to be in Ghana where the system only favors a certain minority of people, or I want to be able to go to certain areas or places and have the same opportunities as other people. I'm very sure people will look at me and be like, oh, but you, if NDC comes to power, you have opportunities and stuff. I don't want to hear stuff like that. I want to be able to say that I went into a competitive environment with somebody else and the person was able to achieve the same results that I did. You see, and I think that it's very important we start now. When Kwame met me in London and we were talking about this, then I was sharing a lot of my views with him that we live in a very... People don't have the passion for the job anymore. Everybody is going out there to enrich themselves. And I'm sorry to say this, and I'm not saying this because of a particular political party or anything, but we live in a country and then they come and tell us that, oh, go to the free SHS schools, but then the people who are championing those courses are taking their kids to international schools. And I'm like, lead by example. We need to see you lead by example. We need, it is continuously becoming a backlash for us to listen to people who don't even believe in their own vision. You know, someone will say, I'm building 250 schools, when people don't even have money to pay school fees to put their kids in those schools. You see, we as young people and the youth and the future of this country have to be able to hold people accountable for the things that they're saying. And if we don't put our foot down, people are going to continue, like they will continuously, you know, it's like if you don't have a value for yourself, someone will create that value for you. Someone will put that value on your head. You have to let people know what your value, like what your value is. People should understand that if I am voting for you, you must conform to what I'm telling you to do. You see, and it's becoming continuously important in today's world. We are in 2019. You know, it's very important that we are the decision-making power of this country, not because some group of people are sitting somewhere and they say this, they can impose. I'll drive around Accra and I see cane weavers on the side of the road, you know, hustling, because I can see that they want to do something, but they don't have the enabling environment for their businesses to grow. We have trade fairs sitting there rotting. Go to the UK, we have a place called Excel Exhibition Center where people go and put their crafts and artifacts there for people to come and look at. Trade fair is sitting there and they're trying to sell it to someone else to privatize. It's nonsense. We need to be able to hold people accountable. And that's the passion I have within me. People, we can't continue to sit there and say that we've been to schools in this country and in that country, and then we sit there and we allow these people to impose their archaic ideologies on us. It doesn't make sense. So please, I'm not saying that we shouldn't follow TPP, but we should be true to ourselves and make sure that we know what we want to do, because your decision and the decision they make for you, it takes a direct effect on you. You need to make that, you need to be true to yourself and be like, I don't want to live this life anymore. I want better for myself. I want to be a better, I want to see a better Ghana, that my children, that when I have a child, I can see a future in Ghana for my child.
A+. So,
real quick, yeah.
my name is Richard, and
I'm here.
I like to ask this question, and also it's a suggestion at the same time. We have, I can proudly say or boldly say, in Ghana, the illiteracy level is very high than those who are more knowledgeable about some things like this. So I think it will be good for us. I am already a member of TPP, so I think it will be good for us if we send this message across the rural areas to educate them. Things that we are talking about, I might know about it because I'm in the city and I have the opportunity to hear it from you, but there are people out there who don't. I mean, they don't even understand what you are saying if you don't educate them on it. You said Kwame Nkrumah doesn't have access to internet and all of that. And in Ghana, out of 30 million population, I can say we are not even up to 6 million that have access to internet. And these people need to be educated. So I think we should go out there, not to, yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, so Kenneth here. I'm here, Kenneth. Yeah, I have a little problem with my leg, so. So I've been aspiring to be an actor in this nation. To be a professional actor, I'm still aspiring. Yeah. I was enjoying this right from the time you called until you showed us the groupings. Then I asked myself, are we not going to be used again? Is it because you have gotten to a stage that you think, okay, let's use the celebrities now, just like the other parties we are talking about, to get where we want to get to? Why is this like that?
The difference between us and any other political party is that we are not asking for anybody's votes. We are not a political party. The reason why when I come on Facebook, I say, hey, Jamamumu, because you are not voting for me. Like, I'm not asking for your votes. The politicians want your vote, so they come and beg, oh, they know they want to get your vote. We at TPP, we do not want votes. What we want is that before we give you our votes, we demand development. I live at MF's estate. I have never seen a street light go off in my estate. I will go and call the estate manager and ask him why the street light is gone off, because I pay. So why am I fighting for street light in any area? I'm telling you that where you live, before you vote for anybody to be your MP, make demands. So it's not about somebody going to use, what will I use you for? To come and make demands in my area? No. I say where you live, yourself. So if all the actors come here, and I've said to you, I've said this and I'm making this very clear. I do not want people who I can go and see one political party and take money and ask them to go and vote and they will all go. I want people like Ken. People who are intelligent. People that we cannot use. Anybody who is here that I can use, you don't deserve to be here. We don't want people we can use. We want people who are smart, who are intelligent, who reason, who are objective, people who understand the reason why they should vote for somebody. Not people who have to vote because MPP for say they are NDC now, MPP now, NDC now, no, we don't want those people. And we are not asking for anybody's vote. We are not a political party. What we are saying is that if NDC and MPP, if they don't come to us and accept our demands before we vote, then we can go and support an independent candidate, because if an election goes to a second round, NDC and MPP will come to the table for us to talk. And the talking won't be done with me and Ken going to hide in one corner. We want to do the talking at the Independence Square for everybody to hear. So it is different from if we want your vote, and so we want to use you so that you vote for us. Someone say when you come to power, you'll be worse. We didn't say we want to come to power in 2020. We have not asked for anybody's vote. We say let's make developmental demands before we stand in the sun to vote for anybody.
Okay. All right. I think time is far spent. We will take two more questions.
Yes. One from me, Peter Ritchie here.
We will take two more questions,
okay,
and then we will have to start. Okay.
All right.
Three more, and then we will have to start.
Okay. My question is A+. I think you've touched on it already, but let me just expatiate it a bit to ask. If I'm a member, like you said that in our local areas, we should place demand on our politicians before we vote. Must I run, like I have an issue in my area, for instance, must I run that issue with the leadership of TPP? Must I run my issue in my area with the leadership of TPP before I place that demand? Or as a member and knowing what TPP stands for, which I stand for that, I can go straight to do that without running it with the leadership of TPP?
Okay, that's a very good question. What we have said is that we want TPP to be a very independent organization, and we want the various branches to be independent, and that is why we have a constitution. When the constitution is ready, it will give every branch the powers to do A, B, C, D, and what they have to bring to headquarters. So you in your branch, there are so many things that you can do that you don't need us to sanction it before, because the agenda is simple. This is what TPP is about.
Can I ask one? I wanted you to touch on the donation bit, because I heard you talking about our followers, you know, the fact that we can all donate, and even us. But if you're doing all of this to make things better and to make the economy better, why are we the ones to donate? Because you once upon a time were the guy that was campaigning for NPP. So looking at you is like, okay, so why suddenly you want us to do this, and why are we pushing it? I don't have money to give. So how else, and which other
Okay,
ways can we do
unless
that?
you are saying that we should go and see NDC NPP to give us money to
I mean,
those, and
the
then
rich people.
the rich people, and they are
ones
the
who have
same
actually
people.
chopped all the money
Yes,
in
they are the
the
same people who have made this country what it is. The reason why presidents can't take decisions, is because when somebody does something and Nanado hears of, hey, they said this person did this. Who is the person? Oh, Nana Unkai Papa na 1992. Yekwa we no man sikano. John Mahama, something happened. John, they said somebody stole someone. Oh, John, Unkai 1998. We na. So the businessmen, some of them, have come together to hold this country to ransom. And you think that, oh, why is the president not taking action? He can't. Because their money is there. And so, if you go to places like Ethiopia, there's a website, I've forgotten, but I'll find it for you. You go and they are donating live. The people are raising money to do their own stuff. We have raised money for the woman who lost her family in the Mampong fire. We raised over 100,000 for her. We raised money for Patrick, how do you call him? This North Kaneshi boy who was run over by a car. We took him to Kolebu. So what we are doing is that the things that we can do by raising money, let's do it. The ones that government must do it. But we cannot change the whole Ghana before we start helping that boy who was run over by a car. We need to raise money to help him. Nana Mama Brown and myself spent about a week raising money for a young boy with hole in heart. And he had a surgery and he's in school now. So we have to donate the things that we can do. There are people who need emergency healthcare, people who are dying. If we can come together and raise money and help them, why not? Let's do it. And if we are able to come together, Caroline, and you have a project, there is a school in your village. Okay, one celebrity, I'll mention her name. Her area, the bridge is broken. There is a broken down bridge. And she has over 1 million followers on Instagram. And so this bridge, you take 200,000, you fix it. Your bridge is broken and the whole community can't come out. So why can't you raise 1 CD from each of your followers to build this bridge? We should also be able to do something for government. We don't only want to criticize. The ones that we can do, we should be able to do it. If the cathedral was a very good project and we're building it somewhere, like in Egypt, they are building the biggest cathedral in the Gulf region. They have built, actually. And they have built the biggest mosque. And they built it 400 kilometers from Cairo. You know why? Because they want to start a whole new city. So if MPP came and said that we want to build a cathedral and a mosque to start a whole new city somewhere in the Volta region, the celebrities in Ghana can raise $1 billion because we want to support. But we want to go and break down houses at Rage and go and build cathedral.
Yeah. Quick one. Is your IT guys here?
IT guys.
Yeah. IT guys, can you show up, please?
IT guys, quick.
Right. Okay, guys. In response to my brother's question about when he has an issue, local issue, does he need to come to headquarters, or can they localize, within the local group, call for an affirmative action of some sort? I believe that your app should have a place where you can set up what you call polls, right? So that if anybody comes from a particular district or a locality, drill down to the locality, and you know the nearby group is working, basically you can empower them to get together, and then you can put a poll together that the people within the locality who are members can actually vote on the issue to make it a yay or nay, and then you can take it up for affirmative action. So a bit of updates on that would work.
Okay, me kani twi na yatiase na mene rap doctor twetwenkomo language a tool for development and intia yakechiri any language. Senka parliament omo kan native languages ka obi hu how ankrofo to me achiro madwen e wo policies mo ama etumi ekrofo nimnyansa pa krofo wa adwen pa but isan se yenka ye kasanti no ama yentumi enchire ya adwen na 8 months ago me call A+ in chain me ana me call in chain e wo ni fie wo London na ade aye hu no sisi ai o ka kire me 8 months ago say ye be ye bibi abeku e so beka ho. I know how the pessimist think and how the optimist also think. Some see the glass as half empty, some see it as full. Ebinumu jidi se beba so, ebinumu su jidi se mba so. As a washe eye EFF, eye South Africa, Julius Malema, etene ho, e free eye ANC ho. No more ridicule, no more, and they were very strong for voice. E umu se uni numbers ne dear, but he is influencing. He is getting there. Wayama Jacob Zuma Parliament emane then step it down. In see that blacks and a year majority, blacks in so party any ANC, but ANC former national youth organizer say enye be a ekoso ANC mono enye. The time has come. Say ye emebunu who demand our share of national development. And we are baby asesa from Cameron, Ediba, your friend is a French president, and Ukraine, our president, a former comedian. Ukraine, our president. No, see, if you don't call yourself I am, nobody will call you thou art. So one kasa when who soon faswa obiembu yebu ye ho abonfia. Adwuma bi a obi ye nti ama those who are wearing tie omo she suit no omo bu omo say omo ye first class citizens mo amo ye unim say the friend entertainers no tie omo hu ye say omo concept for no omo hu ye say yen so ye partners in development omo ye say ye gi ani ye sere ye mankrofo anije. It is because we have not valued ourselves. It is the kwame ni nyina say as individuals say na muhu say the mon srade. You don't beg. It is a politicians kasa. No si ohiawa. Ohiawa as what? Ohiawa say we entertain na we concert. Inti wia na aye party amam. Near the mwatu kwa ni abo bibi ahemo na post akese no na omo etete so. You see, any certificate NHS will be a competent. Certificate is just a proof of completion of an academic course. Competency is not certificate. And you come home PhD in entrepreneurship. And so mu be nyuma mankrofo ye. Omo certificate in entrepreneurship. And then be nyuma into a certificate no mu kra no. E dey no mo dey. What I am expecting this TPP, they say, one, ube build capacities. A quite bad so near building capacity. And so many penny whom faswa a wonimu. Now, decision on election day is taken at the polling station. It is the campaigning in our mobile. Now, so even party pooling agent etumi ka say yamfa aduane ambrenti ebuafu ya soreko enunti na who take away bowls, take away packs on election day. Enunti na who sachet water ya branded with the candidate on election day. One come on aduane kro mbubefu eya kom ena nkrofo edito aba, and that TPP you can't change it. Obetumi aba be kasa yenye say yen raising voices 1 million votes kasa che nkrofo no na nkrofo, but e kom ediom inti ade esese ye ne se ye wo ha nyina ye was skills enuti ne ye ne ma ye starting from one nkrofo eno na oka say raise funds ye bibi said ye ubetumi anya influence ye wo followers ye wo admirers eno nkyere say ye wo influence e wo mo so ansa na ye benya influence wo nkrofo ne so na ye tumi asesa o mabrabo aya na nkrofo say we eye me mentor ubusa ne say den no ye mentor you be a watete we develop role model is different from mentor ye ntiase ansa na obi be your mentor na hu na I have a lot of people that I have trained and conform be attitude of omo raise e position mo ohumia or say yes sir, because you have influence on him. Who say time I wash as here no boy na building no nti mumien deceive ye ho say you were 3 million followers in Tino, your impact, your influence. They are admiring us. We are modeling them, so we are their role models. They want to be like us. And you know we are no more praising, but kopim say you bet me asesa o mabrabono. We are not mentors. In TPP, more focusing on identifying the needs of the youth. If we are the palm. Ebiawie carpentry, ebiawie ayi ekwan ben so ene ebefa so abo. The two most powerful religion in the world, and nema etumi influence here one change Jesus Christ or se tonet nete etuha fisherman, a carpenter's son chere okwan ayefa so yinam, so he believes in him, he follows him. Muhammad or the revolution movement, let's fight, or the BB as a sound. Inti messe say this move we support it. But answer our individual capacities, we should also use it to affect lives, so that you raise a voice because the politicians they only need us when they want to use us. Thank you.
Good. 30 seconds. In the next minute, we should be eating and then we should be out of here. Kwame, yes. What it is that NSA at TPP, there was a friend of Startup Capital Initiative. Yeah, the Sika Emma and Nipa and Minyasa idea no on the day Obiba me inbox or Facebook or catch them up a 150 Ghana. They are starting so below business. Oba and also up a 150 Ghana. No, I called my guys and I said, listen. There is somebody in my inbox on Facebook or pay 150 Ghana, they are starting business. No, like na me one. So I called the woman and then we gave her 500 Ghana. So by so bolo. And we have been giving money to people. So I'm started to makakra. Even Dr. Adom of University of Ghana Business School also know their honor and the interest war. Obe mentor or more entrepreneur skills near there. So listen, why is Mark Zuckerberg rich? Because he has all the people in his palm on his Facebook. And we have also created our own social networking app. When squad traffic more celebrities no more Tom Brodo. I sold a friend is saying A1 bread in 2 days, lying on my bed. 2 days. A1 bread, as we speak today. How am I? As we speak today, almost 45,000 loaves of bread every day. And I'm very proud that I supported him. And now in New York, A1 Bread is looking at selling bread in every Walmart in America. And you know, there is so much that we can do with our numbers. Once we have the numbers, not TP before you decided to say, Lucky Lawson restaurant, she's a millionaire. TPP phone, you know, decided to can fiat the movie Biabo on the app. We are sending it to everybody at a go. 1 million people watch this movie is out. It's a hit. There are so many things we can do once we have the numbers. That is why we are interested in getting the numbers first. Ochame, 30 seconds. Na aka NS neche say yapon. 30 seconds. We are here in a minute.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Kwame, I have one thing to say, then I'll ask a question. Today is a very special day in the history of the creative industry in the world, because we all have inclinations towards leadership, but none of us. Now, I believe that before we need to clap for A+. Yes, because we all have the inclinations to be able to stand up and especially speak to power, because it's the brave that speaks to power when power is in power. And what shocked me? Why are there? I am a fair. In fact, today I'm inspired. And then the second thing that I want to say is that, I mean, we've had KNUST and Legon and Kivas since. We've been producing scientists and engineers and doctors. Ghana still is not developing. What it means is that we, in the creative industry, we are the direct link between development and administration for Ghana. So if one of us is leading the way and saying that we need to come together, I don't think we should ask too many questions. Like why should we put money here? Why should we do that? Because I believe that it is time for us to come together, because when we unify and we organize, we will be able to have the impact that Abeku is talking about. Kwame, I'm saying the last thing. And they say, please, to all your website people, we beg you, add accounts to the interface so that when anybody gives 1 Ghana, it will show at the end of every month. Please try and put accounts on that interface online, because I believe that when we trust that you are not messing with our 1 Ghana, we will give 1,000 to develop Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, what we are doing is that we are going to have a website where we will see everything that is coming in and how we are going to have our accounts online. That is something that we are putting on the app. The food is ready. There is everything we are going to serve you. No, I'm coming. Everybody will be talking as we serve the food so that it won't delay. People are hungry. So it's table by table. You are celebrities. I don't want you to join a queue. They are going to serve you as kings and queens. Please relax. Let's go. No, talk. No, they will bring the food. Talk.
Okay. This is to the leadership. This is to the leadership of TPP. What they are doing is not a novelty in the history of this country, and it's not a novelty in the history of the world. We see a new air blowing in Europe. Abeku mentioned earlier that in Ukraine, the new leader, the new prime minister of Ukraine, was a comedian. Now he's actually still a comedian, but that is not the only thing. You go to Austria and you have a president who is under 35. You go to France, Macron under 40 became president. These guys do not belong to the regular leftist or rightist parties, either center left or center right. What am I saying? That revolution is possible here. Nkrumah did it. So for the leadership, you need to review cases. Don't act in sacrosanct of what people have done. Get to know what others have done elsewhere, so that becomes the basis. You just have to fine-tune to suit what we have culturally, and then you can do it. Why? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Obrafour is here. Let's acknowledge those who came late. Obrafour is here. Kwame, come. Obrafour is here. Sandra Nkobia is here. Captain Planet is also here. They are the late Captain Planet is here. The late Sandra Nkobia is here.
The late.
They came late.
But
The late,
Kwame, Mr. Mopa, anamoa A plus A2, anamoa HSA, your industry. Me who be that an individual bringing us together.
The late Vivian Zeal is also here.
Yeah, the late Zeal Ewaha, and the late DKB.
No.
But me pamocho, Mr. Mo, me person me hear one passionate appeal. Mr. Mo, Pacho, Godfather KSMY. Yeah, the microphone. Me the media ne be mano. No abejina akasa. He has seen it all. Kwame, Mr. Mo, me pamocho. Minim say ye kwa kodidi ba me pamocho. Muntie asem way ba ko pe. Say ye nyina ye hu ye hu say ye busua ba ko. Adwontofo, radio presenters, bloggers, journalists, musicians. Say ye hu ye nyina ye hu say nipa ba ko. Ago. Na Mr. Mo, ye wo DJ Mensa wa ha. Ye wo musicians bebre wa ha. Ye wo artist managers e wa ha. Ye nyina ye hu ye hu say nipa ba ko mebo ana.
Yes.
Mebo ana.
Yes.
Enti me pamocho what is a soldier ni bi aba bontia be didi soldier fo atem da.
David.
What is a police ni bi aba didi police for atem da.
No.
And I'm also making this passionate appeal to our bloggers. Yes. If you consider yourself to be part of an industry that we are building, then let us stop denigrating ourselves.
Yes.
And I stress and emphasize on the word denigrating. Hello. Messi, if you don't call yourself I am, nobody will call you thou art. Yay, entertainers no ye gu ye hu animu ase e de akere amanyofo nti omu yen. Now ye hu ne edidi ye hu atem. Bloggers, journalists, radio presenters, celebrities, beefing ene de akeka ho omu yen say yen serious. Enti Kwame, ubetumi raise voice no say wo penkrofo in the industry, but I'm telling you say our influence is limited because our image and the way we have positioned ourselves on the minds of the people, they see us as entertainers and not serious people. It is a person your influence on the people there. Let us start be serious. Yes. Because if tomorrow the headline is this person is chasing this person, but we don't take it to politicians. Our bloggers are always snitching, denigrating celebrities. They don't take it to politicians. So how would the politicians see us? They don't respect us because we have disrespected ourselves. Now, I had then a person politicians for a serious. When you yourself, your industry, you are mocking yourself, you are denigrating yourself, you are looking down upon yourself. It open himself ya kuni sri ya hono. No moti ono mo sri. It is a person ya voice. There are classical examples in Nigeria, South Africa, Kenya, and Tanzania. They have an industry. We are not saying it's a man throw bibi, but sometimes and many bina ya trono, ya de per likes, ya de per trends. It yet to be throw bibi, edi go be anyone say. Now we are, you see our industry. We don't have any industry. Eti Kwame, yen clean your house, no. Yen CS your house, no. Now yen CS your house, no. Me are ready. Omu behu si are ready. And son omo to me aka say okay, come and let's sit down and negotiate. If we don't clean our house, if we don't purge our house, they will not see us as serious people who deserve to have a percentage in the national cake. Madam Wase.
This program is brought to you by Omama Royal Chocolate.
Delicious.
No, don't mommy be. KTA Mobile.
It's the future.
Sam Estate. Slam Technologies.
The whole pen computer school wow teachers no wa botre no betimi a kire wa eno ani Slam Technologies.
GhanaMats.com. Auction Cars. Jack SP App. Tiger Nut Powder. Fourth Wheel Solicitors UK. Eligible App.
Download it on Google Play and Apple App Store now.
Fi adoma onweni yensanhwani. Adwuma me yentimihia ni papi. Womo a technology womo de aye innovations ahodo pi. Wati say Technology Innovator of the Year 2019 Airbaso. Slam Technologies ene Kofi TV aka bomu a ye pe obi a ye bebo na baso ye ma ne ntete ne ya ma watumpon na watumi aboa o man Ghana.
Ebia na wo baby wo nua bi wo adamfo bi a wo timi di technology ni ye nneoma na se o twa ne video sesi a na send the video ne bra 0200 323 667 so the bar the be ma judges ayi mu 10 people na baby a wo bi e do abankan na wa be yi say ni suade ho no a che judges no
na utie yi a wo e na betumi aye Technology Innovator of the Year 2019.
Deadline here August 31st 2019.
Minim say obaye ne ntem fa brantem na okwan ya e na bi. Mini Kofi adoma onwani